Leaders of the trade union movement in Africa have upped pressure on the Kenya government to quickly establish a local tribunal to prosecute perpetrators of the post-election violence. The trade union leaders are proposing that should the government fail to set up a local tribunal, the International Criminal Court must move in and prosecute key suspects. The resolutions were arrived at the end of a sub-regional conference that discussed conflict resolution in Africa.
20 months after the post-election chaos, the government has not prosecuted any masterminds of the violence. Trade union leaders attending a sub-regional conference on conflict resolution in Africa have joined groups piling pressure on the government to fully implement the working report.
It is in the interest of Kenya and in the development of institutions on this continent that the Kenyan government and its people do everything possible to set up this local tribunal.
The International Criminal Court is expecting a Kenya delegation at the end of this month to get feedback on the government's pledge to set up a local tribunal. But investigators at The Hague are keenly studying the Kenyan file with a view to prosecute. The trade unions say The Hague should be the last option. But should the government fail to settle on any specific method of handling the post-election crisis, trade unionists are proposing a bitter pill.
We don't think that those responsible for the violence should go scot-free, and therefore we, at the end, indicate that it will then be necessary for the International Criminal Court to undertake whatever processes are necessary for bringing justice to those who suffered in that period.
Remember what happened in other African countries. If you don't do justice at home to your people, the international community will help you to do it.
The government was urged to quickly implement Agenda 4 that deals with institutional, constitutional and land reforms. Trade union leaders say the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission should be given full support to facilitate healing of the nation and put up mechanisms that will enhance peaceful coexistence. Trade unions support devolution of power as a strategy for promoting power sharing and equitable distribution of resources. As part of conflict management in Africa, governments were urged to set up joint monitoring mechanisms for controlling spread and indiscriminate use of firearms.
Build transparent and accountable civil society structures. This will enhance the culture of democracy and mass participation in conflict prevention, management and resolution, as well as post-conflict rehabilitation and reconstruction.
Patrick Amimo, NTV.